You wouldn't find this name on many t-shirts.
Means driving it to work. You drive your car to work. You don't use it at work, but you drive it to and from work every day. The reason it costs more for insurance if you use the car for commuting is because you're using it twice a day in traffic, every day, whereas if it's a pleasure automobile, it's probably being left at home while you're at work. But, I mean, most of you have been to Vancouver, or all of you have been to Vancouver, and you know what the traffic's like at rush hour. And that's why it costs more to insure an automobile if you're going to be in that traffic twice a day.
We have flown 350 miles from Vancouver to visit Kitasoo. This school is in the valley of Clem 2. It is a small Pacific Coast Indian community north of Bella Bella. Chinese Head is in the foreground. Finlayson Channel will lead us to the village. There it is. Clem 2 has a successfully operated Indian band community school. We want to see how Kitasoo School has helped the village and its people. Clem 2 is a pretty place with about 200 people. Half these people attend or are employed in some way by the community school.
Well, if you don't mind. Okay.
These people come from two different villages. The Kainuk and Kitasoo Bay languages are still spoken in their daily work.
Oh, they're okay there, I think.
That building was the cannery. It closed in 1969. The community modernized its fishing fleet. Now it has to compete with outside fishermen for what few fish are left.
Okay. I don't know. 8 o'clock all right for you? 7, 8:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He was up in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
This boardwalk is the only way to get from the landing wharf to the village. Federal funding is available for these well-planned projects.
How's it coming? Oh, good. Kind of mucky down there, eh?
Oh, yeah, good.
Gee.
Just putting outside folks on it.
Yeah, dig me some clams while you're down there, will you?
Have you really? Oh, gee.
Right.
The portable mill started operating in 1981. It supplies work for 2 full-time people and several part-timers. The cut lumber is used in the boardwalk, the community school classes, and many other local projects. Before, all these materials had to be barged in at a great expense. Projects like the boardwalk and mill are great morale boosters to the community and its people. Broken machinery becomes a nightmare to fix. The nearest repair depot is 40 air miles away. Medical emergencies require evacuation as there is no doctor or hospital.
It's not going to be a stretcher this time.
What happened?
He'd fallen and wrenched his knee. He'd also hurt his knee about a month before and hadn't told anybody about it, hadn't seen a doctor. He was unable to stand up, seemed to have a lot of pain.
He looked like he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, he had had 50 of Demerol and repeated that just before he went on the plane so that he'd be relatively pain-free, but he's a big man and it's hard to gauge dosages with someone that big. Hello, is this the Fisher's Lab?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Margot Swinrings. I'm a health nurse in Clem, BC. I'm phoning you on radiophone. I was wondering if I send some samples up tomorrow on the Sched flight, would you be able to do them, some water samples, would you be able to do them this weekend?
Yes, we could do them, but it's involving overtime, and our management does frown on that. Would it be possible to send them early next week?
We could send them Monday as well. The reason I was wondering about sending them up tomorrow is that we've got an outbreak of diarrhea in the community, and I'd like to clear that it's not the water.
Percy Starr, the band leader, is a major force in the progress of the community.
When you go back a few years, you know, we were under the federal system. Sometimes the school term arch would start and we would be short-staffed. The quality of teachers that were brought in for us were probably rejects. Those problems, coupled with the fact that the facilities, the living the accommodations were far outdated. Either no staff at all, or, you know, we had reject teachers, you know, people that weren't acceptable in a lot of places, and poor educational facilities, along with the accommodations, you know, for those people. Now, if you want to go a little further than the elementary system, the high school system, you know, that was in place for us is that, you know, at a certain grade level you had to go out into usually into the lower mainland. Some of our students went to Prince Rupert, but the majority of them went into the lower mainland. I guess the difficulty that faces most bands our size art is the lack of human resources. Now, one has to bear in mind that the kind of educational system that we have been exposed to and that we had to use didn't produce too many educated people in this community. But that's our biggest obstacle, is to find enough people who will be able to man the positions that are necessary to take over full control of our school. 30 words in one paragraph. When we identified the direction that we would like to see the system head for, changes were planned with community involvement. This development took years and years. I mean, this wasn't a development that was planned and developed overnight. While all this was happening, Art, the Indian control of Indian education was introduced by the government. That itself was quite a package.
The idea was to develop a school. Now, it occurred to Deanna and myself, and me particularly, I guess, that obviously only the community school type of operation had any hope of succeeding at all. Which turned out to be true, beyond all our expectations. This is completely a community school now, to the extent where it's difficult to separate the school from any other function.
I'd like to think that we've reached almost a milestone in the plans that were laid years ago. Our system has drastically changed. I'd like to think the community is happy. I'm certainly happy. The quality of education now provided in this community, I think, is on par with almost any other school that you could name in this province.
He's over 25, because he's 45. That makes him over 25. It's for pleasure.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's why you're talking about 200,000.
That's right.
Are you all going to brush your teeth every day? Yeah. Okay. In the morning and at lunch and before you go to bed? Is that right? Are you all going to eat good foods, nutritious foods? Eat the right foods?
And one of the things that other thing that we are trying to do, artists, make the kids understand that they have an important part to play in this community.
And what I want to do now is show a little film, okay, on the TV.
There was something wrong with his personal appearance. A dragon doesn't have to be nice or neat, but there is nothing worse than dirty, ugly teeth. Start at the gums and oil the brush. Scrub back and forth on each tooth, but don't rush. Both inside and out, scrub forth and scrub back, cleaning each surface till you've scrubbed away flat.
Right, and that's because we didn't put numbers in front of those instructions. So again, if you wanted to save those instructions, to make the computer do that quickly for you, you just put numbers in front of them. So we can say, all right, let's try 10.
2 computers have been used in the high school math program for the past several years.
Space, plot.
With the wind whistling in your eyes and
I got it.
ears and there.
And then you jump off and fall down and make somebody else try.
You have seen some of the people that have come through the educational system now working in administration for the community. People that have been sent out with enough academic background. We now have a portable sawmill, which is now functioning efficiently. Who would think we'd ever, be able to do anything like that? So.
Deanna, what are some of the differences in the skills that a teacher requires teaching in an elementary classroom in Clem 2 compared to an elementary classroom in a suburban school?
All right, I don't believe that there are any real differences. I think an effective teacher will be as effective in Clem 2 as they are in that suburban school. The expectations will be the same, I think. Maybe there won't be as much parental pressure from the home as there would be in a middle-class suburban school.
What are some of the particular skills that make a good teacher?
Knowing exactly what they want to accomplish, what they want the kids to accomplish. They know they have their goals very clearly in mind. They know the sequence of skills, of the development of the skills that they have to go through with the kids. They have that very clearly in their own mind. Their expectations of where they want the kids to be at the end of any particular time during the year, and particularly at the end of the year. The things I would hope for them to achieve are the same as the ones I would hope for with any kids I taught. I would hope that by the time they had finished with the system, that they could make choices. They could say, no, I want to stay in Clem 2. I'm going to be a fisherman. That's what I want to do. They would have the skills to say, no, I don't want to live here the rest of my life. I want to go to the city. I want to make it as an accountant. I want to make it as a teacher. That's what I want to do.
It is necessary for people or bands who would like to have their own educational system is to look at the curriculum. For instance, we adopt fully the provincial curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
We enrich it where we think it is necessary.
Children like participating in their native dances and songs. This prevents the loss of their identity in a white man's world.
And there's lots of things that they use this tree for, the cedar tree. And it is a very important tree for the Indians of long ago because they made so many things from it, and they used it for so many things. They used it to use this salad for making berries. They used this kind of salad for a basket or